Hello everybody. Round 2 on this video. First time using the screen recording thing. So this video is for my Dr. Mike review and only how I feel about it. So I wanted to start off by kind of going through my expectations, and I thought the best way to do that would be just to review the website, maybe some of their reviews. So if you go onto their website, they have the 3 versions, just the trike for trichoderma contamination, and say right off the bat, if you think you need that, what I think is that you need to practice how to grow mushrooms more. If you're having mold contamination, then you should probably sterilize your grains longer, or um, sanitize or pasteurize your substrate longer, or for at a higher temperature, or even work on your sterile work, prep, clean work. And then you have the MGP Pure and MGP Plus, which includes the Trichovict as well as the mushroom growth promoting bacteria. I'm going to do another video on the mushroom growth promoting bacteria, but I just wanted to go ahead and get into this first. So I think I ordered the Plus. This one's an extra $1, I think. And so we'll go down. They say that they have 100 user reviews. You can go to their Reddit. We'll go to that in a second. Reasons to use Dr. Mike. And we'll kind of go over these and think if they did that in our documented experiment. Faster colonization. Of the 3 that we trialed, no, that did not happen. Noticeably more aerable mycelium, more pinning, and more clusters with less of warts. I'm going to say no, with the potential exception that the reishi pinned a little bit more. But generally no. Fruiting 5 to 10 days ahead of schedule. Pins typically appear between 10 to 16 days with MGP products, depending on genetics and substrate. I'm going to say no again on that. No difference. And also, like some species, like if I was growing oysters, just blue oysters, they may even pin before that without. I don't understand. That's such a broad and vague recommendation or reference or claim that it really makes very little sense at all. More nitrogen and less poo. So this is just something that I'm going to cover more in the actual mushroom growth promoting video, but I just don't understand this claim by most means. Our nitrogen-fixing bacteria continually replenish your substrate's nitrogen content. This means you get CVG performance at your fingertips that exceeds manure substrates without getting poo on your fingertips. So there's no nitrogen in core worm gypsum. It's all in your grains. And most of your nutrients are still going to come from your grains and manure. A lot of people who use manure use comparable spawn ratios. I'm going to get into this more in the next video, but I do think that the bacterias are better for composting or less broken down substrates. I think that a lot of substrates that people commonly use are focused for more readily available nutrients. I understand that there is research done to show that these bacteria, and even bacteria in horticulture uses, are used to break down and make soils and mediums, the nutrients inside them, more available to the organisms you're growing. My basic ideology behind this is we use substrates, most of us in the community use substrates that have been formulated for the availability for the mushrooms to uptake them, like Master's Mix, compared to button growers primarily growing on compost in different phases, and casing soils, problematic casing soils, and much different environments that you see like more modern, these new age mushroom growers in bags growing and stuff like that. Often their rooms are a lot cleaner, more contained. You don't have these big beds. So you're using heavily heat treated substrates, as well as substrates that don't need composting, aren't in a composting process, and again have been formulated for their availability. Nutrient competition all but removes excess or weakly colonized nutrition that typically contaminates, spoiling your mycology fund. Basically, what I think they're saying here is that if you have a patch of uncolonized or contaminated grain, the bacteria are going to help reconcile that and allow your tub to fruit. Again, if you're having contamination issues, I think that you need more mycology experience. You don't want to get a product to help compensate for bad mythology. It would be all about yield increases, but basically I think where I'm at is this product is going to need a lot more research before I can get anything behind it. We'll get more into that in a little bit, again referencing their Reddit reviews. So if we go to their Reddit, and this is their review page, I had pulled up another, they have another Dr. Mike Reddit page. And I could go on and on about how these are not scientifically justified statements. And for me, if I was a business trying to sell a product to people who are serious about their practice, I personally wouldn't even be advertising stuff like this. I did kind of go through some, and basically I'm gonna really suggest you guys come over here, you look at their reviews, and as somebody who's been truly devoted to understanding and scientific approaches when it comes to biology, understanding fungi and horticulture and permaculture, there's really not even a point for you to read these. That's how unscientific they are. That's how unscientific and unvaluable I believe that everything on this page is. And I'd love to talk to anybody about that more. Like I said, this is my second take on the video, and my last take I just realized how unvaluable it is. I think that where'd it go? This is a fair example of most of the reviews of Dr. Mike's, and somehow this has 24 upvotes. Highly recommend. Product is legit. At first I thought no way, but it lives up to its claim. Your mycelium will love it. Affordable and goes a long way. And it's just a picture of the bag. I'm just gonna kind of cut this off so I'm not ranting about that. So let's go ahead and look at their Etsy real quick. 88 5-star reviews, 500 sales. To tell you the truth, if I were to leave this review, by no means do I feel satisfied with my product, although I got a trial. As far as it meeting any of the claims, I would say absolutely not. Another perfect example of a claim with no scientific backing. He said that somewhere that this was Philly Golden Teacher approved. A lot of people can see this as being marketed primarily for Kibinzis. Here, what farmer is this? And where are the variables? Nothing. And when I say variables, we're talking hydration, substrate weight, amendment rate, supplementation rate is what I mean by that. spawn inoculation weight, hydration weight of spawn. These bags need to be kept in absolutely similar locations when fruiting. Even in this picture here, I might have split half the bags on one side of one shelf and half the bags on the other, because immediately you could say that these bags they're experiencing different temperature levels, even just at that little bit of a difference. There's too many variables for me to name. Even the ones that I covered in my experiment, there's probably dozens more that I could easily come up with. I just think where I'm at is that we need more documented trials with as many variables as you can come up with. Sadly, I'm the only trial that I can find at this point that's really documented anything. And that's all I want to see at this point. Their reviews on Reddit, their reviews on Etsy, they do nothing for me. And why I think that partly is you can sign up for their affiliate link program and you'll get a 10% commission for referrals. So that's an easy way for anybody just sitting at home, especially young people, to make some decent money just by reposting stuff with or getting people to buy this product even if it didn't work. And again, if I was this business, I wouldn't be advertising stuff like this. I wouldn't be advertising. I mean, a good product sells itself, right? And I wouldn't. Like, what? I don't know, man. Like, this guy, he doesn't list the ingredients. He's not super responsive to certain questions. Provides no proof that these products actually work. And we're going to get into this in the next video. And like I mentioned, I think that these products do work in the realm of mycology, potentially for certain processes and certain species. And we're going to get that into the next video. But do I think that it's fair for him to sell them with these claims? No, I do not. There is a YouTube video. There are some YouTube videos on how to apply it. He does tell you what they are and how they work here. We're going to get into that more in my next video because it is clear that they can. And I hope that everybody will watch my other video and they'll be able to understand how these mushroom growth promoting bacterias are being researched. There are companies that sell them, but for most cultivators today, I would say that there is nearly no research done. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about how I feel about using this product between the 3 different species that I did. And I think I mentioned before, I had a buddy who trialed these on a couple other strains and species. One was a longer fruiting one, and he did say that there may have been some sort of effect there. Can't remember the exact species he said it was. I don't know, some sort of enigma or something. I'm not exactly sure. But he said that if it did help, it may have been negligible even. I would say that if anybody were to trial this now, I would suggest reishi, maitake, maybe even cordyceps, shiitake. Shorter fruiting strains, I just really don't see these guys speeding up, say, an oyster block that's like done colonizing in like 6 days and then pinning in like, just a few days after you cut the bag open, and you're getting 3.5 pounds off a master mix block of 10 pounds. I don't see this improving that. It might be worth a trial though. And that's where I'm at. It's like, to completely write these products off, I would say no, because there is a lot of research done on them. But again, to make such broad claims like this is not fair in my opinion. So I do think people should do more trials. I may very well even do another trial on reishi. But, you guys, at least he offers sample packs. If I were going to leave a review, yeah, it probably wouldn't be good. Do I know of any other serious commercial producers using this? No, not at all. I think that if there were good growers using this stuff, we would hear about it, and it wouldn't be like this, whatever this is. I mean, go check it out. Even the reviews on Etsy, they're just, I mean, I don't know, no pictures. And I guess maybe, sure, some people are using this on cubes, but I've talked to a lot of Kibinzi growers, especially here in Oregon. There's quite a few of them. And nobody is using this. But somehow it has a bunch of great reviews. So I'm not going to dog on them too hard. Would it work for me? I don't think so. Would I recommend it to you? I don't think so. I think that we'll just kind of go over in the next video more about these products, and I think that we'll have a lot more credible of an understanding about what these mushroom growth promoting bacteria actually are. And I think that can help us all understand more in this realm of fungi. So hopefully I didn't miss anything that I'll have to edit in. Again, I just want to let you guys know my experience. You've seen the video. These were my expectations getting into it. This is why I did it to begin with. So that's all we're left with. Nothing great, nothing big, nothing horribly bad either. I mean, there was a part of me that thought this would spoil or wouldn't, do anything or completely ruin some bags, but there was a part of me that didn't even think it was bacteria. I mean, it is bacteria. It didn't ruin all my bags, so I mean, that's something. Again, would I recommend it? Would I use it? No. Does it have some potential? Maybe. But do I appreciate this marketing scheme? Absolutely not, doctor. Like, sorry, bud, but like, you probably made a lot of money off beginners, and from somebody who's done your best trial yet, I feel like you should have showed us something better. Because would I buy this again for, my uses? I mean, no. I mean, if I was a beginner and I had my first successful grow and I just happened to use this, would that make me a little confused, and might I continue to buy it? Maybe. Is there a potential that this could have some real benefits for commercial growers, especially maybe with slower fruiting strains? Maybe. So you're welcome, Dr. Mike, if anything, because who knows? Who knows? But also, I want to remind people that there's a big potential that you can culture these by yourself. We'll get into that more in the next video. So just stay tuned, family, and we'll see what else we might learn together. Until next time.